I'm Angela Forte, textile artist, working in the medium of hand-woven tapestry. This body of work is created specifically for that exhibition. I was introduced to woven tapestry as a medium at the age of 16, and I was completely hooked. Colour had always been very important to me. In paint I had used colour, but when I discovered tapestry, using yarns, dyeing yarns, the actual rhythm of the woven medium, how it's created, I just fell in love. And from then I went to the NCAD, spent 4 years there, and came out with my diploma in hand-woven tapestry. Woven tapestry as a medium is very ancient. Weaving would have been done by the ancient Egyptians, this type of weaving, but really the type of weaving that I'm doing comes from France. It's the Gobelin style. It would have been used for very large pieces for castles in the Middle Ages, for big country houses of the aristocracy. It has always been quite a status symbol to have tapestries in your house or your castle. And one of the things I love about this medium is that I am not simply applying decoration to a surface. The images I create make up the actual fabric of the piece. At present there is quite a revival in hand-woven tapestry worldwide. I think because it is a medium that is a crafted medium, so it takes a lot of time to make. There is longevity in it. They last a lifetime, many lifetimes. In this era of technology where robots are taking over many tasks in manufacturing, the hand-woven tapestry is even more special and unique. Textiles and tapestries in an interior have many benefits. They're good for noise reduction, good for insulation, which was especially important in medieval castles. They soften hard edges in an environment with clean lines and polished surfaces. Traditionally, in hand-woven tapestry, they would have been woven in an atelier, where there would have been large groups of people working on the same piece. That still occurs in some areas, but in modern times, there are more individual artists working, creating smaller pieces in their own studios. The modern woven tapestry is an expression of the artist's own creative process. In the ateliers, many of the designs would have been actually pieces from artists, famous artists. They would have been designs of their works. And we have examples of that in Ireland. Louis Le Brocquet and Patrick Scott are two whose work would have been actually woven in the Aubusson atelier in France. Sometimes people can be a little bit afraid of textiles, hanging them in their own home or in their office environment. They worry maybe, will they fade? Will they be difficult to clean? Are they delicate? A hand-woven tapestry is not delicate. They are produced generally with yarns that are possibly used for carpet weaving, or they are very fast dyes. So you need to treat them like you would any other piece of art. They won't fade any more than a painting will. Also, cleaning, they are almost like a carpet. You wouldn't put it on the floor, but they are quite like a carpet, and they can be hoovered, they can be shaken out and dusted. Therefore they will last the test of time. In many castles we see that they have lasted 3 and 4 centuries and they're still in pristine condition. I fell in love with woven tapestries. I was introduced to it by an art teacher at school who showed me that there were other possibilities in the artistic field. And it linked into my own family interest in textiles. So when I went to the NCAD, it was my intention to pursue a career in textiles. One of the first things I learned in my first term in college was colour theory. And this started me on a road of using colour in my work. And one of my main inspirations is colour. Joseph Albers, who would be the father of modern colour theory, in his book, The Interaction of Colour, states that no colour is ever seen in isolation. It's always acting and interacting with the colours around it. And this is something that I use in my work a lot. I love the idea that by placing a colour on different grounds, you get a completely different effect. So red interacts with green, orange interacts with blue. It enhances them. And this is something that I use complementary colours a lot in my work. My influences for this body of work are the symbol of the road, which is very important to me. It symbolises journeys that I've taken in my own life. As a child, we made many road trips to Italy. We'd spend 3 days in a car, travelling 3,000 miles back to our family's home place. So the road symbolises that journey through landscape. The road for me is an important metaphor for life. Every day we set out on a journey, we seek new horizons. The landscape we travel through can challenge us and shape us. Many of the journeys I take are sitting in meditation, where my mind travels wherever it may as my body stays still. I love to walk in nature, and the way I use colour when depicting landscape is influenced by the vibrant and abstracted landscapes of the painter William Crozier. Some of the pieces actually derive from stories and incidents that would have happened to me as a child. This piece depicts a love of astronomy and stargazing that is influenced from when I was a child, and we would sit in the mountain village in complete darkness looking at the Milky Way and shooting stars above us. It was a great pastime when there was little else to do. This piece depicts a road journey to our local town. Again, up a mountainside, hairpin bends. The journey was quite exciting and hair-raising, and as children we loved it and were frightened at the same time. Also in this picture you will see symbols of yellow flowers. One day I picked a bunch of yellow flowers on the roadside, brought them back to my great aunt, and she banned me from the house because yellow flowers are for mad people and you never bring them indoors. And I never forget that every time I look at yellow flowers. In the tapestries called Journeys to the Upper World, they depict work that I've done in shamanic practices and healing, where you're in a trance, you travel to the upper world, asking questions of the higher beings. In these pieces, the symbol of the road is seen again. This road leads us beyond the earth plane into the realm of the planets and stars. In the piece Crop Circles, I'm marrying both worlds, both the upper world and the world of true landscape. The circles, whether created by humans or extraterrestrials, have a mysterious, secret quality which attracts me. The circles remind me of ancient monuments such as Newgrange, which also have direct connections with the planets. A piece called Sun Chamber, which I am weaving at the moment, depicts the effect of the winter solstice on the inner chamber at Newgrange. Circles and semicircles appear throughout this body of work. The circle symbolises the completed journey, the return home. In this piece behind me, which is a sky full of stars, the actual stars are influenced by images from Harry Clarke's windows. They were actually sea anemones. And I like the juxtaposition of what is below the earth is also above the earth. So you will find there's a juxtaposition of sea creatures becoming stars, flowers appearing in the sky, and I like the idea of the two worlds meeting. I love the medium of textiles because using fibres instead of paint, I can get effects that I find more satisfying. Blending yarns together can give you a lovely depth of colour and three-dimensional effects. Also, dyeing yarns, the colours are more lustrous and they are more interesting. I see this exhibition as a relaunching of my career in woven tapestries. In the future, I intend to work on commissions in public and private interiors, and also to exhibit nationally and internationally.